Hey you guys, it's Wally Lamb, aka Wally Wall, and the other day I tweeted about how I wanted to start doing Q&A videos so that I can answer you guys' questions and become more familiar with what my fans want to read and what you guys want to ask me. So without further ado, I'm going to start reading some of the questions. And before I start, I want to say how I really appreciate all of you guys because I got so many questions. I had a lot of variety of questions, and it was really hard for me to choose just a few of them to share with you guys on the first one. So I want to just first thank everybody who sent in questions yet again, and thank you. Okay, the first question is from Amy W. from Ohio, and she asked me, what is your favorite hobby besides writing books? Well, Amy, as a child, I loved drawing and creating my own comic books. So sometimes I do that in my spare time, and sometimes I do it also to brainstorm. So that is one of my favorite hobbies that I do besides writing books. And yeah, so thanks for asking the question, by the way. I've never got a question like that, so thank you. Second question is from William S., who's from Michigan, and he asks, when did you start writing and why? Well, I started writing in 1981, which is also the same year I had my firstborn child, and I started writing because I enjoy expressing myself through words. And also, drawing comics really helped me a lot with my imagery and my dialogue, and it helped me paint a better picture and get my point across of what I was trying to get across to my readers. So that really helped me and what made me really like writing as well. Okay. Another question is from Mason B. from New York, and he asks, and I know this much is true, you say, but what are our stories if not the mirrors we hold up to our fear? What did you mean by this? Well, Mason, your question was one that stuck out to me, and one that what I meant by that was, who are we with our experiences and fears? Like, what shapes us is what we go through and what we fear and stay away from. So what we see in the mirror is a result of what life for us has created and how far we've come and how much we've overcome. So that's actually one of my favorite quotes that I wrote myself. So thank you a lot for asking me that question, because a lot of people didn't really know what I meant by that, and just helped me clarify to the other things. So thank you a lot. Another question was from Jody R. from California, and she asked, what are some things that influence your writing? Well, I'm a big, huge fan of long and short form fiction stories, and some authors that inspire me are John Updike, Flannery O'Connor, and F. Scott Fitzgerald. And I feel like if you love my stories, you'll really love theirs because they're a real inspiration and they have such good work. So yeah, shout out to them. Thank you for your question, Jody, and I hope I gave you the answer you were looking for. Another question is from Reginald H. from Florida, and he asks, what are some awards you've won for some of your amazing writings? Okay. Well, Reginald, first of all, thank you for the kind comment, and second of all, I appreciate you for reading. I have a lot of awards, but to make it brief, one award that I have is I have a Connecticut Center of the Books Lifetime Achievement Award, and I have also been mentioned in the New York Times 100 Best Novels back in 2000. So back in the 2000s somewhere. So yeah, it's a lot of them. So I appreciate them all, I must say, but there's too many to mention in so little time. So Thank you for your question, Reginald, and yet again, thank you for the comment. Matt J from Wisconsin asks, "Is it hard to write from the point of view of a woman?" This was a great question, by the way. Like, a lot of art authors find it hard to write from different point of views because of no experience. So, but not it's not really that hard for me, only because I was always around grown-ups with older sisters in the neighborhood, which was hugely populated with girls. So being around them so often helped me have to see how they acted, how they thought about certain things, and how they spoke. So this helped a lot with writing a woman's point of view because I was always around them, so I always knew how they would react to certain things or certain situations. So it was easy for me to just write from that point of view because I was always around it. So yeah. And the last and final question is from Jim K from Maine, and he asks, "How many children do you have, and how do they react to you being such a famous author?" So, well, I have three boys who were really surprised because anything I write, they read first. And I actually had one of my sons tell me one day I would change somebody's life and touch them with words. And I kind of laughed it off because he was only 10, but little did I know that he was right. And as you can see from what I said earlier, all the questions I got, all of the sweet comments I've had, I really do feel like I've touched a lot of people's lives, and I appreciate you for taking the time to read any of my books. So, yet again, I'd like to thank everyone that sent out questions. I really appreciate you guys. Keep sending them because these videos are going to keep coming just for you guys. I love when you give me feedback. I only write for you, of course, for me too, for my enjoyment, but this is for you. So whatever you want to read about, whatever you want to hear about, you just let me know, and I promise I will try to make it as satisfactory as I possibly can. So yet again, I will be trying to update these at least every week, once a week. So if you have any questions, comment below, or you can also tweet me, post on my Facebook wall, my like wall, which are links in the description. So yeah, bye guys, see you later.